Hello.
Hello, hi.
Hey, Sarah. It's Thursday. The intro ran really long, so I wasn't 100% sure if it was real or not.
Are we coming back?
It's not real.
Yeah,
It was all a dream. Sarah.
Nothing is real.
well, you have you been a part of these, or we do them and then it wasn't real, and then they say you got to do it again?
Like, we have
I have not.
Yeah,
I have not yet been.
This is real, right?
I think so.
I have not yet had.
It's the real. Hey, we are talking about self-checkouts. I was going to say self-checkout lines, but are there usually lines for self-checkout? Sometimes, depends on where you are.
Have you ever been at the Harris Teeter on South Boulevard?
Yeah.
And the McDonald's on the corner.
Are you a fan or not? Comment, let us know. You're not a fan.
Both. I'm a fan of self-checkout because it's convenient, but I would like. The reason also that we're doing this is because some of the major companies are thinking about getting rid of theirs. I mean, to bring back cashiers, I'm in support of that, though.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't take jobs away, but sometimes they're more convenient.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have a lot and there's a big line over here with 15 people, self-checkout.
See, every grocery store I have been at in the last 3 years, the self-checkout lines are much longer than the regular. So it's like no one wants to talk to a person. So I'm like, let's go.
Right.
I love the people.
Okay, we're going to talk about it more after the story. We want you to chime in, though. But we're talking about this because evidently a lot of stores could be getting rid of those self-checkouts.
Self-checkouts may be on their way out. Let's connect the dots. Back when they were first introduced in the 80s, they were called self-service machines. But as technology and grocery stores expanded, so did their popularity. Now, from the nearby Walmart to your favorite small business, you can pretty much always find the fast lane. Self-checkout machines were being used almost exclusively during the pandemic, as it was one of the only ways to get essentials while staying safe. But now retailers are rethinking the self-checkout due to ongoing issues with reliability and shoplifting. Shoplifting has accounted for about 4% losses for retailers from the U.S. to Europe. Big grocery chains like Walmart and Costco are already beginning to remove self-checkouts from stores. Walmart removed all their self-checkouts across multiple stores in New Mexico earlier this year. And that's connecting the dots.
So this morning we've been asking you, love it or hate it, those self-checkouts. It really seems to be a mixed bag with comments here of people. Some people saying love self-checkout, use it every time. Other people saying nope, not a fan at all. This always happens to me. I start reading the comment, and then the one that I've chosen to read immediately flips.
Well, there was so many. I feel like every once in a while.
A nice little mix.
Yes, we get like a huge response for these random questions, and this was just one of those days where everyone had an opinion to share.
A lot of people, though, on our Facebook chiming in saying they don't use them. Joy doesn't use them. Melissa, I won't use them, but I also do buy online for pickup or drive up. John, I hate that they take away jobs from people. And Lonnie saying, no, I don't use them either. I feel like whenever I've tried to use them, I'm that person that always, like, the light comes on and someone has to come help me, and I'm like, I should have just gone to the regular checkout.
I wish we could, I know I did a segment on this like some months ago, just talking about like the actual impact of the self-checkouts, especially when it comes to like jobs. I wish we could like refine those numbers because that's my thing is that, I mean, if you can open up a few more positions for cashiers, especially for like, you know, folks that are looking for something part-time or
Is it really doing that?
Right.
Yeah. I've been in situations where they said, hey, there's self-checkout lines over there where there's only a couple cashiers and there's a line of 15 people.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes it does benefit to have those if there's not enough cashiers there.
Right.
For sure. Yeah. But when you have a lot of items and then you try to put it in the bag and then it's overflowing, then it's like, place your item back in the bin. And you're like, it never works for me.
I feel like having a mix, because people probably prefer a mix, is good.
Yeah.
Like maybe not solely relying on self-checkout, but having the cashiers as an option. I feel like it probably also depends on where you live, because I know that I, in particular, live a place where there's a lot of young millennials and Gen Zers, and I feel like they don't like to talk to people. So the self-checkout lines have like 25 people, and no one wants to talk to the cashiers, but I prefer talking to the cashiers.
But do you really talk to the cashiers? I mean, they just say.
Sometimes cashiers don't talk.
I know, they just scan it.
Well, I'm friendly and I say, how's your day? How's it going? I think they're a lot quicker.
I can so see you in like a Harris Teeter with like your little cart and then just zooming over to the cashier's line with like past the whole line.
Yeah, and I look at the 25 people waiting and I'm like, y'all are silly.
In some places, it's the opposite, though. It's really, I mean,
so it's probably good.
Over in my part of town where I live,
Stop it.
all old
Stop
folks
it.
like me.
Because who sound like this? So I need to.
Sounds like someone from the Bozo Buzz.
Kinda does,
the Bozo part of town where I live.
No, but Larry, you're very right because you know, as you guys know, many of my people on Facebook know, I went to high school in the Villages, so it's where my parents live, and there's many.
The Villages are where?
In Central Florida.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Florida's friendliest hometown. It's a large retirement community. And so there's many more cashiers versus self-checkout because I do think that older generations prefer to talk to people and not use the self-checkout.
Yeah.
There are options there, but I think if it's like 80-20 here, it's probably more self-checkout.
Yeah.
It's probably
I think it's fun because of the noise it makes.
Yeah. I can also see you being that
What
person.
about when it's not scanning and you're like, why is this not scanning?
I have to be honest. I did not ever use self-checkout until this year.
Really?
Why?
I just didn't.
Not even during COVID?
No.
What?
No, I didn't. No.
That's
You just
actually
prefer.
That's now that I started using it, I go, wow, this is cool.
Yeah.
Hey.
Larry just goes and hangs out in the grocery store and just goes beep,
Yeah.
beep,
I love it.
beep. He's just looking for something fun to do. Beep.
Now, when your thing says you need like assistance, like mine always
I've
does.
I've definitely had that.
Do people come over and they go, "Oh, Larry Sprinkle"?
I go, will you get out of the way, please? 'Cause I'm standing there. Okay, I'm sorry.
See, the only time I've ever needed to call for assistance is if like I was buying wine or something. You know, they needed.
No, mine is every time I go to this one CVS. It is.
Why don't you just go to a cashier then?
Well, because people are in line there, and I don't have that many things. But for some reason,
You go to CVS. I've never seen a cashier at a self-checkout CVS.
we have two. We have two at our CVS.
Because someone actually did text in and they were like, I have the same problem at
your
CVS.
mic.
Over on my side of town, we don't have it.
There's no self-checkout.
Come on over to my side of town, Larry.
Y'all's impersonation.
All right. Well, keep chiming in. Let us know what you think. You like self-checkout or not? Why or why not? And we'll see you back on TV at 11:30, and then we'll be back online for Wake Up Charlotte to Go, another edition of it for Friday, a Friday edition.
Friday. Have a blessed day, guys.